Hello and welcome to episode 70 of Video Game Choo Choo. Unfortunately, we're a week late, I suppose. Our last episode got eaten by some editing issues,
By a milk ape.
but
Got eaten by a milk ape.
yeah, it got eaten by the milk ape.
Mm-hmm.
So, thanks a lot to that ape. Um, but no, really, we just we tried to edit some issues and we weren't able to get them out. So hang on, let me get this mic closer.
I'm close.
Probably sounds better. Yeah,
As
nice
close as can be.
All right. This week we got a small crew. Everyone seems busy tonight, so it's me, John, as mentioned, and we have Michael.
Hi.
Michael, how's it going?
I'm alive. I'm thinking
That's
about
good.
Dora the Explorer cereal and what it would taste like.
Yeah, everything you've said so far has been culturally insensitive.
What? No. Spanish people love tacos. Everyone loves tacos. That's not even why don't you like tacos? The real question.
I mean, like, you know,
Beef,
you know,
it's meat, it's cheese.
I mean, there's got to be like another Spanish dish that you could bring up.
Enchiladas.
You're just listing the Taco Bell
Burritos.
menu.
Well, guess where Taco Bell got it from? Nachos. Got it from Spanish people.
All right, I guess that's fair.
Quesadillas.
That's fair. I mean, I went to a Taco Bell today.
How was it? What'd you get?
I was there early in the morning, so I got breakfast from Taco Bell.
First of all, why were you there early in the morning?
Because it was next to a place that I was visiting, and I
Mm.
was really hungry, so I was just like, you know what, I'm going to walk over there and get some food.
Okay.
And all they were serving was breakfast, so I got one of those waffle tacos.
Wait. So, I knew
What?
that Taco Bell served breakfast,
Yes.
but they only serve breakfast at a certain point?
Yes.
So, like a Burger King or a McDonald's?
Yes.
All right.
It's until 11. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Till 11? That's late. Like,
Yeah,
I hate
it's
it going into a McDonald's and you're like, it's 10:30. It's so early. I want breakfast. And they're like, oh, we just stopped. And you're like, gosh, stupid 16-year-old. But 11 a.m. for nothing but breakfast?
Yeah.
What if I want a chicken burrito for an early lunch?
Well, you're going to have to wait
I don't want to wait.
half an hour.
Half an hour.
Well, you're going to have to. Anyway,
Okay.
I got a waffle taco.
How was that?
That is a waffle with egg,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get either sausage or bacon on it, and I got bacon. And it was surprisingly tasty.
Did it come with like mild sauce or does it come with like syrup?
I could have put sauce on it, but I chose not to.
Mhm.
And there's syrup like baked into the waffle. So you don't have to like put syrup on it. You don't have to get your hands all sticky because the syrup would just
We live in
get
a
all over
weird
the place.
world.
Yeah, live Moss, you know?
Live Moss.
Live Moss.
Yep. Moss
But no, it was
Moss
actually really
cholesterol.
good. Yes. It was actually really good. I'd recommend it. I think there's cheaper stuff on the menu though that I might try some other time, but you know, it wasn't bad.
When you go to a Taco Bell and they aren't being dictators about breakfast, what do you normally get? Like if it's not when there isn't their delicious, clearly amazing breakfast, what do you get off their normal menu? What is your go-to?
Most of the time I get like 2 of those spicy potato burritos.
Sure. Those aren't bad.
And if I'm still hungry after that, I'll go get some of those Cinnabon poppers, and you know that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you?
I don't know if they still have it, but they used to have a chicken burrito. Used to be
Pretty sure they still have that.
Used to be on the dollar menu, and then they upped it to like $1.35. Which, when I was eating that like almost every day, and I was kind of poor, that really put a damper into my stomach. I'm like, oh, I have to bring more money in to get the same thing I was getting 2 weeks ago. But those are still really good.
Yeah, the potato. I don't think they're actually burritos because
It's like
they're
roll-ups.
Yeah, they're roll-ups
Yeah.
because they don't have any meat in it. It's just the potato wedges and some sauce and lettuce and cheese. But it's still really good.
Your meat in your roll-up.
Yes. sure. I mean, sometimes if I'm feeling a little less adventurous, I'll just get some soft tacos. No sour cream though.
What?
Cannot stress that enough. I hate sour cream.
Why?
I hate it.
You hate it because you think it's like spoiled milk? Is this like a Dan Reichert
No,
thing where you just
it's not. I just
you
don't like the
hear
taste.
like yogurt has bacteria in it, and so you're like, ugh, or are
No,
you?
I love yogurt. I ate a bunch of yogurt pretzels earlier
That's
today.
not that doesn't count as eating yogurt.
I
That
also
doesn't
eat
count.
regular yogurt.
I do
though.
as well.
I like regular yogurt.
good for
I'm
you.
just saying. Yeah, it is
Good for your
It's
digestion.
good for you, and it's good. Yeah.
Kids, if you're listening, eat Milk Apes, Dora the Explorer cereal, Taco Bell, and then yogurt, and you'll be healthy.
You'll be big and strong,
Mhm.
like me. All right, now really quick, I completely forgot to pull up the news for this week.
And last week, and the
I mean,
oh
yeah, it's
man,
technically
so much
also
has
last
happened.
week. Yeah.
Remember last week when we
Jesus.
were like, oh, there's only like 2 big news items. Now there's like 10.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, we got a lot of shit this week.
We can skip some of the small stuff.
Yeah, that's true. You know, condense it a little bit. I'm still gonna have to like reach through some of this here.
I can talk about what I've been playing while you do that.
Sure. Yeah. You do that. What have you been playing?
Video games. All right, your turn.
What the fuck? Please talk about video games. Oh my god.
What else have I watched? Hobbit and the Battle of the Five Armies is a movie.
Okay.
That was okay.
How was
Those
it?
movies have a
'Cause,
lot of
like,
CGI in them, and they have some mediocre acting. But
really.
and I saw the first Hobbit movie, and I saw this one, the last one. So I didn't see the middle one. Maybe I did at some point. Either way, this one was fine. Yeah, it was okay. It was a lot of there's so much CGI in those movies now. It's depressing.
Yeah, I remember the original not Hobbit, Lord of the Rings stuff having way more like practical effects, and those were a little bit more interesting.
Even basic stuff like enemies that the heroes are just kind of knocking over are all CGI. So
That's upsetting.
yeah, in the original Lord of the Rings, some of them would be, but you know, if they were just kind of knocking this guy's sword away and then fake slashing him and then going on the next guy, it would be a real dude. But in these, it's clearly a lot of the times just CGI, and it's at some point, and there's full CGI characters, just characters that are never played by a human being, or if they are, you don't know who he or she looks like. Like the main bad guy is an orc, like a white-faced orc. I think he's white-faced, and he's just CGI.
That's upsetting.
I want to say one of the dwarves that shows up is full CGI.
Really?
Yeah, I mean one of the main 8 or whatever, however many in that story. Those are all people. But yeah, I want to say one of them is just CGI. This guy's just CGI now.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it's borderline a Final Fantasy movie. So
All right.
Spirits Within.
Sounds pretty good, I guess.
I have that movie on DVD.
Do you? How is that? How's that movie?
Spirits Within?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Is it really? I've always heard it's bad.
I mean, nowadays it's probably terrible. But back then, when nothing was CGI, it looked incredible. It had like real voice actors, had actors as voice actors. Like, oh, I recognize these people.
Huh. All
And
right.
it's Final Fantasy before Final Fantasy jumped off a cliff.
No. All right.
What else have I been doing? I think it's about it.
Yeah. What did you actually play though? You didn't
Play?
talk about games.
Video games.
Yes. Video ones.
I've been
yes,
playing
please.
those.
What did you do with them? Which ones did you participate in the act of playing? with recently?
I've still been playing Civ 5.
Right.
I don't have anything new to say about Civ 5. Civ 5 is still good.
Yeah.
What else have I been playing? Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I don't think I mentioned until last week, which didn't exist. So
Yeah, that episode is vanished into the ether. So if you want to retell your story, feel free. But you know, I'm probably gonna tune out because I heard it already.
I'll tell a condensed version of how Assassin's Creed Black Flag is pretty good, and how I'll never play another Assassin's Creed game ever again because of it.
Yeah. Go for it.
I liked Assassin's Creed up until 3. Like the difference between 1 and 2 was that you could clearly tell it was a sequel. It changed the controls, it sort of refined it. And then Brotherhood and Revelations came out, and it didn't really change much, but it added on to it. And then 3 came out and didn't really change much, just added a lot of ass to it, and not in the good way. Like hot ass. Like you walk into an elevator and you're like, ooh, what's that smell? Yeah. Um, so after I played through a good portion of 3, I was like, I'm not gonna play these games anymore. They're bad. I
Right.
really just wanted to wait till another good one. Then
Right.
Black Flag came out, and they're like, this is just more Assassin's Creed. And then as time went on, they were like, yeah, but the ship stuff's really good. So I thought like maybe one day I'll play that. Then Unity came out, and whatever the one of the old consoles were called,
I think Rogue.
Rogue, yeah. And I know I've heard Rogue is good, but I don't think I want to. I think GTA 5 will be the last new game I buy for old systems.
Yeah,
So
you don't want to have to dig those up.
no, I'm still holding strong to, unless it's like a really old game. I haven't bought anything newer than GTA 5 for them.
Yeah, I still have my PS3 hooked up, but it's mostly just because of PS Plus.
I have it all hooked up. Like I still have a backlog that I needed
Yeah.
of games I need to finish or even play,
Yeah.
because I would, a lot of my games are just used.
Or if someone comes over to my house and they're like, I want to play Persona 4 Ultimax, I'm like, well, I got that on 3. I don't want to have to dig that up.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, let's play Rock Band, sure.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I got Black Flag because I had a gift card sitting around. I was like, I'll get this, and I'll get it for the Xbox One because I know it looks better. And I'm not going to touch Unity, and unless the next numbered one is an epiphany upon a miracle and between a Dora the Explorer sandwich, I'm just not going to buy it. I'm not even gonna, I'm done with the series. And that's because Black Flag, getting over the technical stuff, which I'll get to in a second, because that's fun.
Mhm.
They sort of split apart more so than they did in 3. Like there is the on foot part that everyone knows is Assassin's Creed. You're running up towers, you're stabbing people, and they've given you swords and guns now, but they've taken enough out of that and haven't refined what's left. Like you can't sneak. There's no sneaking. There's no fast walk. Remember how you used to fast walk? Like hold B and you'll push people around. That's gone.
Mhm.
It is just walk and run.
No in between.
No in between. If you are hiding in bushes, you can hide in you can hide in hay bales, but you can also hide in these bushes, like brush. It will conceal you, and your guy will automatically sneak, like hunker down, and nobody can
Right.
see you unless they happen to ride upon you. But
Right.
these bushes are just little bunches, and they are separated from one another, so there's gaps. So you have to kind of bolt from bush to bush so people don't see you, especially in areas where as soon as somebody sees you, they might start panicking, or their little meter might start filling up. So it's this game breaking moment of like, all right, I've hopped over the fence, I've snuck through the plants, and now I'm in the bushes, and now I'm sneaking around this building, and now in plain view of these 6 guards, I'm gonna sprint 15 feet to these other bushes, and though I'm wearing pure white robes and hoodie, they will all look, become concerned, and then forget about me.
No big deal. Just some dude.
Yeah, like oh whatever. I'm in a video game. But if I could just since fast walk is gone, like let me hold B, or let me, like if I'm already sneaking, like figure out a button or even clicking a stick so I can just sneak over.
Yeah.
It's weird that the systems they choose to add, like in Brotherhood and in Revelations, you had the recruiting. That's still in Black Flag, but instead of recruiting people, you're recruiting ships and setting them on missions.
Right.
And they added the other half of the game, which is nothing but
But the boat.
yeah, it's the boat, and that part's great. Like, that part is incredible. But to have it split in half like that, it's just like, well, what do you like? Get rid of the other half. Just why
Mhm.
do you have this part that's terrible in it, and why don't you change it or refine it or do anything different with it?
Yeah.
And yeah, so that plus the technical issues, which were fun.
Mhm.
There are several glitches in the Xbox One version of the game. I've gotten stuck in geometry climbing on buildings, stuff you do in Assassin's Creed. I got stuck or would fall through into the building, which doesn't have an interior, and things like that. There's a lot of drawing. Like I realize it's the animus or whatever, but I'll turn a corner and I'll just see like two people materialize, and it has a cool effect. It has like an animus effect on them, but it's like, why? I'm on an Xbox One, like I'm on a more modern gaming system, and you can't just have these people drawn in at least a little farther down the road. So that's kind of weird. And then there's the install issue I had, where when I first played it, first started it up, I got about 10% into the game, and it's like any game, you have to sort of follow where they tell you to go while it's tutorializing you. So it puts me in my ship, and it says, go to Nassau, and I sail all the way to Nassau, and as soon as you approach it, it'll start loading in the city, and you will just be placed into the city. The problem is, it would load and would just load forever. So I waited 20 minutes and quit out and restarted it and went to Nassau, and it loaded forever. And then it saved.
Right.
And then I quit out, loaded it up, and instead of loading back in my ship, it loads back into a loading screen.
Oy.
Where you're just loading forever.
That's a problem.
So I started a new save, and that had the same problem. And then I uninstalled it and reinstalled it, and that had the same problem. So finally I looked it up online, and after going to several Ubisoft support pages, one of them, which the more I think about it, the more it's kind of crazy that only one of them had the solution. You have to... So on Xbox One, there are recent panels. Like there's a main big panel of what you're doing right now or what you just did.
Yeah.
And then there's 4 small icons on the bottom of things you've recently done. So Hulu Plus, achievements, Netflix, video games, whatever, it'll be down there. So you have to stop playing the game. So it's in one of those recent piles. You have to eject the disc. You have to delete your install. And then you have to hit manage game on the icon. You have to hit start, hit manage game. It'll bring you to a black screen. And then you have to hit start, and only on occasion, through some sort of magic, it will let you install it without the disc. And instead of installing it through the disc, it just installs it via download, which takes much longer.
Sounds like a big problem.
It sounds like the install that comes with the disc is broken.
Sounds like something that they should, tell people way more ahead of time, like in some sort of big news article or something.
Or patch it.
Or patch it.
Because the stuff I was finding, people had started having problems around November and December, and a lot of the posts were from January and February. So, and it seems to be on the Xbox One.
Because I bet a lot of people... I'm pretty sure that game was in an Xbox One bundle around the holidays, so it's probably a lot of people getting it for their new consoles for Christmas.
And then can't complete more than 10% of the game.
Can't play it. Right.
And then when I was downloading it, it stopped. And then I decided it was stopped at like 61 or 64%. So I paused the download, waited a bit, and started it up to see if that would redo it. Nope, it's just stuck. So I had to delete that, re-put the disc back in. As soon as you put the disc back in, it starts installing it. So I had to install it again from the disc, eject the disc, delete it, and then restart downloading it again. Just to play it.
Well...
I'm 50% done with it or so.
Alright, well, I hope that at the end of the...
And I don't want to play Assassin's Creed ever again.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, I guess?
I'm not.
Alright.
I'm not. That's Ubisoft's fault.
Alright, that's fair. All fair. Did you play anything else?
I've been playing through Saints Row the Third because I never beat it, but...
And because that's one of the best games ever?
It's okay.
I love that game to death. Maybe the only game that in that genre that I might like more is Saints Row 4.
I mean, I really like GTA. I like that this is a more fun, arcadey GTA. I'm glad that it goes off in that style. But it's, kind of like, yep.
Saints Row 4 is one of my favorite games of the last gen. Seriously. It's so good. I love it.
Maybe I'll play that next. But
Yeah.
I've also been playing Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah. The Telltale game.
A Telltale adventure.
A Telltale.
I just finished episode 1, and I'm probably gonna have to replay that on my PC, so it's not as hitchy. I was playing on the PS3.
Yeah, we got a code for the PC version.
Mhm.
So, did you like install that to make sure that it had all the episodes?
I installed it and I started it up, and then I looked at settings, and then I quit it out. But it started up,
Yeah,
and
make sure that it has all the episodes.
I know
so
1 and
you,
2 were in it at least.
All right, that's fine. 3 should be out
This
like
week, I
now
believe.
ish.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I'll get through that. I hope I can find a way to, without like cheesing it, of just sort of picking what I did in chapter 1. Prefer not have to play through that again, but if I have to, at least I know sort of what's coming up.
I do think there is kind of a way to cheese through it. Like, I think you could just probably like skip through a bunch of like choices, like skip through the dialogue until you get to choices. You could probably do that pretty easily.
Yeah, some of the dialogue is like, this person trusts you more, but it's a good game. It actually, the first one ended, and I'll have a write up about the first 2 chapters soonish.
Mhm.
But the first one ended in a very Game of Thrones way of just sort of my mouth was agape, which video games don't usually catch me off guard like that.
That's good.
And that one completely caught. I was just sitting there like I felt bad. I felt physically sort of like that borderline of physically ill, where you're like, oh, that's how I felt. I was like,
Well,
I felt
yeah, that
guilty.
sounds like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I felt guilt. It was worse because it was a character I was. Oh well.
Because you're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a character you had seen a lot of, and I was just like, I did that.
Yeah.
My
wow.
choices caused that. Great. So
All right. Well then, yeah. I look forward to reading your write up.
yeah, hopefully that'll be up soon. Ish.
Speaking of write ups, you're also working on another one. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that near the end of the show, like
Sure.
we always do. But yeah.
What have you been playing, John Michonski?
I have been playing
Michonski? I don't know how to say your last name.
Michonski.
Cosimano?
That's not me.
Yeah, it is.
It's the opposite of me.
Yeah.
You know
I
how
thought
on
you were the same person.
No, you know how in Persona 4 where you have your shadow?
Yes.
I mean, I know that like they're supposed to be your true self or whatever.
Okay, so
I think
if
Mike's like my shadow, except when I defeat him, I'm gonna realize something about myself, but he's not actually me.
if you had to choose Persona characters to choose, who are you in Persona and who is my Cosimano in Persona?
That's a good question. Well, I mean, in our Persona AU, I was the hermit, and then Mike was the Igor stand-in. So
Choose characters, not.
Alright, I gotta figure it out.
Choose characters.
I don't really match up with anyone in Persona.
You have to
I don't
choose. You have to choose.
know.
There's a guillotine above your head. Somebody's saying.
Does it have to be from 4?
Yes, because that's the only one I really know characters from.
Damn it.
Yep.
I don't know. I really can't pick anyone. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't really relate to anyone. I mean, Mike would probably end up being like Mike. Okay, I'm the fox, and
Okay.
Mike
Yes.
is Nanako. There you go. I figured it out.
All right. What does the fox say?
Yep. Give me yo yens. Yeah.
Yep, that's the only answer.
Yep.
What else have you been playing?
I don't even think I said the first thing that I played.
What else have you
so
been
there
playing?
Okay.
Just skip the first thing and go on to the second thing.
No. Okay. Since you were speaking about Telltale games,
I was speaking
have
about
also,
Telltale games.
I've also been playing a Telltale game. Well, not really been playing. I've done with what they've released so
Been
far.
experiencing.
Yes, I experienced this lore. It was
I don't think it's lore.
okay. Tales from the Borderlands.
Mm-hmm.
Played through that, and I really, really like it.
What kind of gun? What kind of gun do you have?
I don't think. Okay, I have one gun in the game. One of the characters has a gun, and her gun is a single shot trick like revolver that like pops out when she like thrusts her arm forward. That one's pretty cool. But that's like the only gun that you have in the game.
But Borderlands is about guns.
I mean, yes, it is, but this is a tale from the Borderlands, and it's not about like vault hunters who gather a million guns.
What is it about?
It's about a group of characters that exist on Pandora and like in Hyperion and all that. Like I don't know a lot about Borderlands. I played like maybe 5 hours of the first one, and I haven't touched any of the other ones.
I have played both Borderlands games. So ask me
So
anything
1 and 2.
yes, ask me anything about Borderlands.
Well, here's the thing:
Mhm.
is I don't feel like I have to because Tales from
Ask
the
me
Borderlands.
anything about Borderlands.
All right, what happened to the Atlas Corporation? I guess.
I don't
All right,
I
then
don't
that's
know.
all. That's all I don't know. I mean, like everything else, they kind of explain.
I go to the little marker on the map and they make a joke and I go, huh. And then I go to the next marker on the map.
All right, that's fair.
And that's Borderlands.
But no, they. God. It's explained really well. They have some. I don't know if I'd say cameos, but more just appearances from characters from. Most of it's been from 2 and the pre-sequel. Like Zero shows up in the first
The
episode.
ninja.
And in episode 2, it's not really a spoiler because they've shown it in trailers, but Handsome Jack is in it as a hologram.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead from Borderlands 2.
Spoilers for Borderlands 2.
Yeah, he's a hologram in this game. So I don't know, like I see some people complaining about Handsome Jack being in everything in Borderlands, but I don't know, he seems fine in this. It's kind of interesting having this like big bad in such a like almost a minor role where he just shows up here and there and he's just like, "Hey buddy, I can help you out." And then you can refuse him at times. Like it's kind of interesting. Um it's super funny. I don't like. I remember chuckling at Borderlands 1. I know a lot of people thought Borderlands 2 wasn't funny.
I think that was
but
blown out of proportion. I think people's hate
yeah,
of Borderlands 2 and its jokes are blown out of proportion.
yeah, but I think Tales from the Borderlands is genuinely funny a lot. Uh, like not even just like a chuckle, haha. Like there's some like really good moments in that game, and the characters are really well developed. The two main characters are I want to say his name's Reese, and he works for the Hyperion Corporation.
Kyle Reese?
No. His name's Reese, and he's trying to rise up the ranks like after Jack died, and right before he's about to like go try to get a raise, his old boss was killed by his rival, by Reese's rival, who's voiced by Patrick Warburton, so that's pretty good. Um so Reese is trying to figure out a way to screw his rival over and ends up crashing on Pandora and getting all mixed up in what he thinks is a heist, but just ends up being him getting involved in someone else's double cross.
Uh-oh.
So the person who is trying to double cross the person who is trying to sell Reese a fake vault key is Fiona, who's the other player character.
What's her name? Sarah Connor?
Fiona.
Sarah Connor?
Fiona.
You know where I can find someone named Sarah Connor?
Not off the top of my head, but I could point you to a phone book.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. No. But no, Fiona and her sister are like con artists and are trying to get one over on some dude, and they end up teaming up with Reese and Reese's friend Vaughn, and
Vince?
they start going
Vaughn?
Not Vince Vaughn, no. But they end up going on a big adventure, trying to run away from the Hyperion Corporation and the guy that tried to double cross them, and bandits, and just anyone else that they could ever get in trouble with are coming after them.
Is it a comedy? Like, or does it just have comic stuff in it?
It's absolutely it's a comedy, yeah. Like there's actiony moments and there's some bits where you're like, oh shit, oh man, but it's not like anything really feels like depressing or anything. Yeah, it's I like I said, I'm writing a write up of the first 2 episodes, and I pointed out that this is just a breath of fresh air from other Telltale games. Because I think the last point and click game that I played from Telltale that was funny, and I mean like this isn't the last one that they made, but the last one that I like gave a shit about was the Strong Bad game. And I know I'm missing like a bunch of Sam and Max stuff, but you know, it's just a breath of fresh air since The Walking Dead.
Yeah, because since then they've done like Walking Dead, Jurassic Park, back to I guess
Jurassic Park. I think Jurassic Park was before Walking Dead.
Oh, was
but,
it? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, since Walking Dead, they've been a very serious company, and I mean.
Yeah, like Back to the Future. What a serious franchise.
Yeah. But it's been a couple years since they've done something funny.
Yeah.
And Telltale, or Tales from the Borderlands is just it's something that I'm glad that they're doing.
That's good.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I'm playing it on PS3, and of course that's not the way to play those games, but that was the code they sent me.
No,
so
they
I'm
need
just
to they need to fix that up. Like
I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
make
like,
them smooth. Some of the stuff I get, like it hitches up when it saves. That I get. It's fine. They're old consoles, but
nah. They hitch up when they shift camera angles. Sometimes
Yeah.
they hitch up in between scenes a lot.
Mhm.
It gets pretty bad. There's a lot of like line repeating where someone will say a line and then the camera will shift over to someone else and then they'll repeat the line and then the character that the camera is on will then perform the action. So you have to wait for the line to be repeated for them to like keep going.
Oh, I haven't had anything that bad. I did have some, like, as it was loading in and saving, I had the lines being repeated over top one another. So they would be saying the line, and then it would also be saying the line. It was really strange.
No, I've had some like in between scene stuff like
weird.
that, and it's pretty bad. But it's not bad enough that I can't play the game and I can't enjoy it.
Yeah, it's just
but
it brings you out of it,
exactly,
which you
like,
don't want in these kinds of games.
It's the kind of thing where because I'm probably gonna end up reviewing the PS3 version, even if I love it to death, it's gonna be like a star off because of how aggravating it is. Like I'm just gonna be like, nah, this is bullshit. Like Telltale should be able to make a game without having it be so choppy.
Sure.
The next thing that I've been playing, I haven't really been playing a lot of games lately, but I also got a new RPG in my Vita called Wild Arms. It's a classic PS1 RPG.
Is the sequel called Crazy Legs?
I wish. They're all called Wild Arms. I think there's been like 4 or 5 of them, and I think only the first 2 have come overseas. Maybe more. I don't remember.
That's because they don't have any legs. They can't swim. They can't walk. Can't take an airplane.
But no, I'm sure they'd be able to do it with some assistance or hell, just some perseverance.
Sure.
Yeah, but
I believe in them.
It's an interesting RPG. It's almost like if you took a standard JRPG but introduced a couple of Western elements, and I don't mean Western RPG elements, I mean straight up Western. Like Wild West.
Like 10-gallon hats.
Yeah. The main character has a gun
like
that...
Dora the Explorer.
Absolutely not.
Would you play a Dora the Explorer RPG?
Yes. I most certainly would. I would level up Boots to maximum.
I don't know You would level up the monkey.
You don't know who yeah, that's the monkey.
Oh, why is he called Boots?
Because he wears boots!
But he's a monkey.
But he wears boots.
But he's a monkey. First of all, do they sell boots that fit monkeys?
Yes, I suppose.
Why
least in Dora the Explorer.
Why does he need to wear boots? Because
he likes them.
Does he have like a toe fungus he doesn't want other people to see?
Maybe, but at the very least, he wears them because he likes them. All right.
But why call him Boots? Like, why not call him?
Because that's what he wears.
Why not call him anything else? Call him Bananas. Bananas the monkey.
He likes boots. No, he likes boots. I don't even think he likes bananas. He just likes his boots.
That's. What is boots in Spanish?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Then why is he called Boots?
Okay, so to finish talking about Wild Arms. All right, Niall, you are gonna have a fucking field day editing this. All right, so the main character of Wild Arms has a gun, and that's kind of his big thing. But
is it on his arms?
Yes.
Okay.
The other characters are a witch lady, who's the only character that actually has magic, and there's another treasure hunter dude who has a little rat sidekick, and that's his thing.
A rat?
He's got a little rat.
It's a weird sidekick.
It is a weird sidekick. I'm not really far into the game, but the battle system is fun, and the story is well written, especially for a PS1 game. So I I don't think that sale is still going, but it was on that sale that everything was 90 cents, and I bought that when it was 90 cents.
Nice.
So I'm playing that. It's nice. It's fun.
That's cool.
It's a good game to play when you're just like in bed and like you got a couple minutes to blow before you fall asleep.
I always have a couple minutes to blow. Yep.
Okay, good luck. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. We're going to wait until Lauren is able to talk, so we can talk to her about Bloodborne. Because she's playing Bloodborne.
That's a video game.
That's a pretty current game. I watched my Cosimano stream that last night, and I also watched Lauren play that too today. Game looks fun, really fun. I don't know if I'd be good at it, but it does look fun.
Did you play any of the Dark Souls games?
I played the first Dark Souls a little bit, and I kind of liked it, but I was playing the PC version.
Hey assholes, how you doing?
Lauren Boley has just shown up on the Video Game Choo Choo podcast.
Hey,
Yeah,
wait, hold on, assholes.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, I saw you creeping on me in my stream.
There was no
It was not
creeping.
creeping
I
on me
was
at all, but
out
you were
there.
watching.
Yes, I was out there I was 100% there.
I was there too. I watched a good portion of it. It was a good stream.
Wasn't? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you do a good job streaming. I do think we should stream some other time. That would be cool if we streamed.
Yes.
But yeah, Lauren, the big reason why we straight up we're gonna make poor Niall edit a whole bunch this week is because
We just audio kidnapped you.
You need impressions, right?
we need some hot takes.
Yes, do Tom
on-
Cruise.
Okay. So I am
Bloodborne.
only a few
On
hours into
Bloodborne, Lauren.
but it is really fucking good.
I bet. Like I
Oh my
said
God,
a little while ago.
The game is just really gorgeous.
Yeah,
Like, it's
just
really,
from the
really beautiful,
streams.
and the combat flows like really nicely. Like when you think of Dark Souls, you don't usually think of like flowy combat. You think of like methodical, paced combat.
Yeah, everything is about like finding that exact moment to thrust your sword or
Yeah.
that moment
And
to
Bloodborne
dodge.
still
It's-
has that critical moment, like kind of designed to it, but they've also tied it in with some really tight movement.
Sure.
Like you have a very powerful and versatile dodge defense. Like
Uh-huh.
it's a lot stronger of an option than roll was in Dark Souls, and that's saying something because roll was really overpowered. But I don't know, it's just really good.
Sorry to interrupt you. I thought there was some hair in this drink I was drinking, but the hair is on the bottom of the cup, and that's still kind of nasty. But
Oh my God, John,
How
why
much
did
hair
do
have
that?
you drank?
Was the cup
Zero.
Was the cup full of blood?
no, it's got some store brand cola. in
Oh,
it.
okay.
What store?
Publix, you know what
Yeah,
that
they have good cola. Cheap.
Yeah. So in Bloodborne,
No, let's keep talking about
I mean,
store
honestly,
brand cola.
at the end of the day, it's still just like another Souls game.
is. But it's a really good one of those.
I would say it deserves to be its own franchise.
Really? Wow. All right.
Yeah, I would say it deserves
That's
to be its own
strong
franchise.
words.
Are the differences like slight enough to where if you didn't know this was called Bloodborne and it was called Soul's Blood or something, that you would just say, "Oh, this is just another Dark Souls game," or are the differences enough to where it is its own thing?
That's a hard question to answer because of how From Software develops sequels.
Okay, well, answer it in the next 30 seconds. Go.
What? Why would you do
You're
that?
wasting time. You're just wasting time.
Okay. From Software tends to iterate on its games
20
really
seconds.
slowly, so it feels about as much like a sequel to a Souls game as any other one of their games would be. And but I feel like if it was actually called, say, Demon's Souls 2, a number of design decisions would be heavily critiqued as like removing parts of the game.
Sure.
Also, the combat system is pretty significantly different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking like... It's like the difference between like Assassin's Creed 1 and Assassin's Creed 3 different.
Michael just talked for like 10 minutes about how much he doesn't like Assassin's Creed 3. So,
but like you can see how different they are. Where it's
Yeah,
like,
they're very different.
yeah, but like you can also tell they're still built on the same basic spam parry core.
Yeah, it's the same sort of. You see that they're the same game, but they've evolved.
Yes,
gotcha.
They have evolved.
I mean, like ignoring any because Assassin's Creed 3 wasn't that good, but in terms of degrees of difference, it's like moving from Creed 1 to Creed 3.
Assassin's Creed 3 is terrible.
I know,
It's terrible.
but it's like you know how the feeling like in Assassin's Creed 1 how you weren't supposed to like take on huge groups of enemies even though you would because the parry was overpowered.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what the design there was, right?
Yeah.
Like you weren't supposed to be able to take on like groups of 30 guards. Whereas in Assassin's Creed 3, it's just like they made these like these one-shot kill parry riposts. Like
Yeah.
just
So
throw
is
from one to
that
the other.
sort of the difference between like a Dark Souls and a Bloodborne?
Yeah, it's like it gives you a lot. Like okay, so the biggest change is honestly in the movement. Basically, in Souls, you would have that roll, and the roll was good, but it had like kind of an interesting amount of recovery frames. You could only do certain roll attacks out of it before you could do other attacks. This is more like using a dodge in like Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I noticed that if you could roll, but if you were locked onto an enemy, you can only sort of dash.
Yeah. The dash still has the same kind of ending frames that the roll does, where you can't like mash another thing, but you can also cancel them into an attack.
So do you feel more in control of your movement and attacks than you would in another?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. Like it's a lot easier to just go balls deep in Bloodborne than it would be in a Souls game.
That's good to know.
Yeah, like
Slap that on the back cover.
Let's stop
Go
talking
balls
about
deep
balls
into
deep and
Bloodborne
slapping things.
I
this
mean,
week.
like you were watching me play. I think someone in the stream was like, "Wow, Lauren, you have amazing reflexes," and I'm like, "Not really."
I assume that was a paid plant. I assume you paid that person to just like
I don't know
hype
who
you
they
up.
were.
Sure.
Was that you, John?
Wow.
I feel like you would have said that.
Nah, I have a
No, John was just like leaving insults.
no. I can't log into Twitch chat for some reason.
Oh, really?
You know they changed all
Yeah.
their password stuff, right?
They just won't. No, it won't load for me anymore.
Oh.
Oh,
I
that
don't know what it
sucks.
is. Yeah, I was trying to bother Mike on his Bloodborne stream last night, and I couldn't do anything in the chat. So I actually just called him, and that was pretty great because I called him on his phone, and so did Max Scoville. So basically, me and Max Scoville just harassed Mike all night, and that was pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of had a buddy in there to help me like not be boring alone.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the best thing to do is have someone to bounce around on, with.
Yeah, I
That
feel
sounds like
that
a
worked well.
life advice.
I feel like it'd be a lot of fun with co-op. I wanted to get some invasions going that didn't happen because I didn't find the bell.
All right.
But you can be sure that as soon as I find that sinister resonant bell, I will be curbing people.
Right. I mean, I am thinking about picking up Bloodborne, but that's gonna have to be after I get a job. So,
Finish Dark Souls first.
I only have that on PC, and I don't know.
Use a controller.
I don't wanna have to go through all that effort to hook up my PS4.
Okay, do you have a
controller.
360 controller?
No.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna have to futz around with this PS4 controller again, and that's gonna be a pain in the ass. But
Yeah,
whatever.
that's the worst.
Life is hard
I
for
don't
you,
know.
isn't it?
I mean, do I really have to finish Dark Souls 1?
Yes.
You won't
Why?
you
Yes,
won't
you do.
understand the deep lore.
Because it's famous.
It's fucking famous, but who cares? I just want to play Bloodborne. Are you gonna like start a fight with me tonight?
John,
Tonight on Skype.com?
I will tell you to get good.
You can tell me that all the time because sometimes you just need to hear that. But I don't
Oh,
fucking
wow.
care. I'm gonna play.
John being uncharacteristically real.
I'm being. What do you mean uncharacteristically? I'm real all the time. When am I not real
John
about my
is
terrible?
the realist.
I am.
Okay.
I own up
if you
to.
say so.
I own up to my bullshit. When don't I?
So video games.
Serve boob.
Serve boob is truth. That's not me.
Serve boob is truth.
That's not
really?
me. I told you. Serve.
You said it.
It's the truth from him. It's not me though.
Oh, okay.
Surf Boob is an alternate universe version of. I talked about this. Surf Boob is a character who I came up with, who is an
The
alternate
video
universe
games
version
are
of
pretty
me,
good.
John?
who has
I
a
was
fucked up
playing
rude
some
dick.
new Civ 5
John.
mods.
Michael, what? What are you starting to do? And Lauren, what?
Who introduced Podcast 69?
Me? It wasn't Surf
Really?
Boob. No, it was just me. Surf Boob didn't show up on the podcast. I told you.
It didn't sound like
Listen to the tape, Lauren.
the tape?
Yes, go back and listen to podcast 69. It's not me. It is me, I mean.
Oh,
Oh,
Freudian
okay.
slip.
No, look, it's me.
Freudian
Joe Michonski.
slip.
I'm with Michael on this one. I think the crack in your facade may have shown itself.
Oh wait,
When
I don't want to
I
see John's
said-
crack.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
Not
Oh,
again.
yeah, that's really not my thing.
When I went 69, that's me. I can do that. So, Lauren.
Video games,
Lauren,
huh?
yeah, what else?
Yeah, video games.
What else is cool about Bloodborne? You were talking about how prettyful it was. Talk about that.
That's a word.
Fuck, I don't know. You go through like into a new area and like all of the set piece designs. For people who played Dark Souls 1, like you might remember like coming out onto Anor Londo and like looking out across the city. There's like vistas like that almost every other spot in the game.
Don't you think by the end of the game you'd get bored? Like,
Or,
oh,
like,
there's another
sometimes-
vista.
Okay, so like how many games are like you're inside and you look up and there's just like these beautiful like curtain hangings and like rafters. Like,
Every game.
Yeah.
Every game I've ever played has had that.
no, but like come on, you know,
Really,
like, it's
really
like all
pretty.
artfully placed to look great, even though like people rarely look up.
Sure.
Well, you
Like
can't
I got
look
into
up.
this church area and I looked
Yeah.
up and there was like all of these like hanging incense lamps and it was beautiful, even though it was like not really relevant to the gameplay. And I was like, wow, that's really, really good art direction.
Yeah, that's something that I try to do in games nowadays, just because I'm more entrenched in the industry. So I try to think like, hey, a bunch of people worked hard on this. I should appreciate
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
So I just remember when I played through Uncharted 3, just like taking it slow at some points and really looking at like all the textures and just being like, you know, some of these aren't great, but you know, this big vista. Vistas are always pretty. Let's all make sure that we look at vistas from now on in video games.
yes.
The operating
But, like,
system?
no, it's just
Yes.
also there was a moment that happened shortly before I cut the stream.
Yeah.
Where I had picked up this item, right?
Right.
And there was this little like energy warp thing that happened like after I had picked it up, and I was like, what the hell is that? So I kind of like wander around, like check the area out, and that happens again, and I get like picked up by this giant invisible monster
Oh God.
and like killed. It was like really cool because like before he picked you up with the camera like shifting back over the landscape,
Right.
you couldn't quite see him. But then like you can sort of see like the grayish slight outline of him after he picks you up.
Oh, that's scary.
That's creepy.
I know, it's really good. It was like I was like abducted by a ghost.
That's creepy.
That's cool. Yeah.
I know, it was really creepy and good. The game does a really, really, really great job with the atmosphere.
That's cool. I'm super interested in that game, and I'm glad that you're having fun. I'm glad that Cosimano's having fun. It just seems like I'm glad that there is a like major. Would this be a AAA release? I guess I could
It's a
say.
From Software release, so.
But I mean, it had
kinda.
Sony like shoving a bunch of money in their faces for this, so I think
That's
I
true.
would say that this is a AAA. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
kind of nice to have like a really
Kind of like
solid.
From Software's first AAA.
Yeah, it's nice to have a really solid AAA release, and this is a good reason to like hop on a PS4. I guess finally, this is a good reason. So, finally recommend PS4s to people without being like, you know, it's good. You can download a fucking Netflix onto there. Watch Crunchyroll if you like anime.
Hulu Plus.
No? Hulu Plus if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like now this is a pretty legit reason. Be like, oh, like Xrd is kind of better looking on a PS4. Like, no, this is the legit.
God of
Good-ass
War
reason.
3 remastered.
Hey, we got fucking news later soon. Maybe now. But Lauren, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Nope.
No other games.
Okay. I played a lot of Civilization.
Yeah,
5.
we need to stream that.
I've noticed that the game reaches a point where like your victory is all but assured, and it becomes a matter of passing 150 turns until you can vote yourself in as world leader.
I mean, it depends on the difficulty you're playing on and what victory you
I
have.
was
you're going
playing
for.
on King.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you can, unless somehow you haven't like, if there's some civilization that just happens to be doing really well and you have no contact and no way of stopping them, yeah, there's a point at which you're just done.
I was tech leader in the early Renaissance with 500 gold per turn.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And I was like, okay, I can just spend all this gold and win a diplomatic victory because I had just gotten printing press, and I was like, I had control over every city-state in the map except one that was surrounded by another civilization, and it was. I had just kind of had to like sit on my lead for 150 turns until the world leader votes started at like turn 440.
Well, that started because somebody builds the UN. So you.
Well, no, I had to like just wait on the tech to get to the information age. And that's what started.
You could just have switched to military and just started killing everyone.
I mean, I did that to knock out my like close by partner, but I already had a turn 150 military victory, and I didn't want to just do it again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was playing Carthage, so what I had basically I got Petra and like a bunch of desert hills early.
Mm-hmm.
And in this same city I snapped up Machu Picchu. And I'm Carthage, so I get free city connections, which is just free gold. I don't have to pay for roads.
Yeah.
So I just kind of started founding little island colonies for more gold per turn, and it ballooned really quickly.
Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. There are a lot of little exploits you can do. I played a lot of Civilization Revolution, which was the console version, because I didn't have a PC at the time. So there were a lot of like, if you just want to win with one city, just do these 3 things, and you're good.
Yeah, it got to the point where I was having trouble spending money as it came in.
Yeah. That'll happen.
Getting that dosh.
I may have bought 16 bombers in one turn.
Sure.
Just rain some hell.
Overwhelming force. Because that's usually the enemy AI. That's what they'll do, is they'll just declare war and then like, oh, there's 30 units on my border. Great. So.
Yeah, I think there was one point at which I forced my neighboring civilization to confess like 3 cities at once in a peace agreement.
That's always fun when it's like they have like 5 cities left.
Then I burned them all down.
Yeah. Watch all their citizens die.
I'm a little scared of you now, Lauren. Just a little bit.
Huh? Well, I mean, they were causing problems domestically.
Just
so
a little bit
go.
scared.
I wasn't gonna. I only sold off the stock exchanges.
I'm glad you're on my team, Lauren. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
But yeah, is that all you played there, Lauren?
Yeah, just a lot of Civilization 5 and Bloodborne.
'Cause yeah, you weren't even on last week when we had that failed episode because it was boys' night. So
boys' night.
Yeah, what was up with that? Why would you do that?
Because it was boys' night. Duh.
Yeah.
Was Kay on that episode?
No. Boys' night.
Boys' night.
That's why it was boys' night, no girls.
Men are weird.
We had to do boys' night, Lauren.
Yeah, there's never a thing called girls' night. Never.
Never. Not allowed.
Well, maybe you should let Kay and I do a podcast sometime.
Okay.
By yourself?
Without adult supervision?
Without John Michonski?
To tell us what to do? We might go off script.
Yeah, you might start talking...
We might break kayfabe.
Yeah. What would girls talk about without my guiding hand?
Men.
They might talk about...
We might talk about video games.
What the fuck? Who talks about video games?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know. It's. So we're in. I jumped in kind of late. Where in the cast are we?
We're just finishing what we played. We're gonna move on.
Okay.
To news. All right. Yeah, we got a good amount of news because we skipped a week. But last week was also kind of lax, except for the two big news pieces. So we'll just do what we do. All right. I gathered the news late again this week, so I'm just gonna kind of read it off, and y'all can
Gasp.
react. Yeah. The first big piece of news from last week was
No way.
something that.
Sorry, early reaction. Keep going.
Can you please chill out right now before I get even angrier? You know, girls' night might happen a bit sooner than you think.
Fine.
'Cause I'm sick of your shit.
Fine. I was great on boys' night, and then you broke it. So whatever.
It wasn't me. It wasn't anyone. It was technology that killed the beast. All right.
Wow, guys are full of drama.
Whatever.
Men.
What's the news?
Right, the news was that Nintendo is entering the mobile games market.
Yeah, that happened.
They
I think it's a great move for them.
They announced this partnership with a company called, I want to say it's just pronounced DeNA.
I think that's how it's
spelled-
pronounced.
It's pronounced it's uppercase D, lowercase e, uppercase N, uppercase A.
DeNA.
I don't know too much about the company.
I googled them and they seem to just kind of be a publisher mostly for mobile games. They've done some
Okay.
developing here and there, but it hasn't been anything too major yet. I think they helped make a Final Fantasy mobile game for Square Enix, and they also made a Transformers mobile game, which Cosimano would like.
Okay, so they're keyed into the Japanese mobile industry,
Yes.
basically.
And
The Japanese mobile industry specifically.
it seems as though that they're doing two things for Nintendo. They're trying to help publish the mobile games. So Nintendo has said that they are going to be developing their games. And they're also helping Nintendo fix their online infrastructure.
Oh, okay, well that's good news.
Because in this announcement, Nintendo made mention of their mobile games having some sort of connection to the 3DS and Wii U. And also, they also made reference to a new piece of hardware
What?
called the Nintendo NX, or at least that's what the codename is.
Codename NX. T.
Nintendo said that they announced this because they didn't want people to think that they were just leaving the console market. It wasn't really them saying, "Hey, this is a good time to announce this." This was basically just them saying, "We're not done with consoles. We don't want to leave handhelds and home consoles behind."
Yeah.
It was them saying,
just wanna-
"Hey, we really like if our stock market, our stock went up a little bit."
Oh, and it most certainly did.
Yep.
So there you go. But Nintendo said that they're going to talk more about the NX next year. So we definitely won't be seeing it this year. This will be something that,
I don't think we'll be
This
seeing
one-
it next year.
yeah, I think that will come out early 2017 or maybe even 2018. Who knows? And if people are going to come out and say, "Oh, it's coming out too early," if you actually look at the list of Nintendo consoles and see when they come out, if the NX comes out in late 2017 or early 2018, it's on the exact same path as pretty much every other Nintendo console release.
Yeah, they all come out like 5 to 6 years away from one another.
Exactly. So even if it comes out a little early, it's understandable because the Wii U was kind of a flop, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't be crazy early. It would still kind of make sense for it to come out when it does. So I'm not too upset about it coming out. Hopefully there's good games on the NX, and hopefully the big games that are coming out on the Wii U are still good, like Star Fox and Zelda and anything else, and Splatoon and all that. But I could see Nintendo doing some really good work with the NX. I'm hoping that they're able to court third parties again. If they catch up in tech to the PS4 and Xbox One with the NX, I could definitely see them getting some good third party support.
I mean, to be fair, the Xbox One and PS4 aren't really that far ahead in tech.
no, and I mean,
They're just using off-the-shelf PC parts mostly.
yeah, and the Xbox One and PS4 barely have any great games anyway. Like, I would still recommend a Wii U over an Xbox One or a PS4 unless someone's like a Souls fan and they want Bloodborne. Like, that's really all I.
Hi.
What was that?
Hello. I'm a Souls fan and I wanted Bloodborne.
Exactly. So it makes sense that you picked up a PS4 and like
Yeah, it does.
on the Xbox One it's like I mean Master Chief Collection maybe, but that's still kind of janky. And like Sunset Overdrive maybe.
That game's alright.
But that's also
Yeah,
Sunset
but-
Overdrive is not bad, but it's also definitely for a certain type of person.
Exactly. So it's kind of hard to it's still hard to recommend that either of those consoles to people, but the Wii U has Smash and Mario Kart and Mario 3D World and Pikmin and Nintendo Land.
But
and then
the problem with Wii U,
Two.
and I think I mentioned this last week, I don't know if I mentioned it on the not existing podcast, but if you go and try and buy a Wii U, it's cheaper. Like the console is cheaper, but the games are
Yeah.
not.
that's true.
So if you go and buy or maybe not Sunset Overdrive, but like I bought Black Flag and it was $20.
Yeah.
And even though it's a port, like you can buy older games and they're $20 or $40, but if you go and try and buy Mario Kart, it's still $50-something.
That's true.
That is a higher price to pay just to get a game or two. And
I think
and that
yeah, I
sucks.
think you mentioned
Like-
I think you mentioned that last week, and what I said was I'm pretty sure that the reason why Nintendo does that, and it's shitty. I wish they didn't, but I feel like it's partly or at least fully because they don't have the third party support and they need to get as much money as possible because they're not getting like any.
Well, they've
big
always
royalties.
done that, or at least they've done that since the Wii and I think the GameCube. And I have to imagine that's partly a supply problem.
Yeah.
And because they have always, like, they do it with the Amiibos and people think it's gouging, but it's just how Nintendo does it. They always have low supply of stuff because they would rather have no supply and just have to pay for like a little bit than have to pay for way too much supply. Like buy all.
have-
It also
leftovers,
artificially drives the price on their product up, which gets them a bigger margin if the supply bottoms out.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's why they can keep their games at $50-$60. Is because they can just say, well, there's only 4 of them in the store. Instead of if you go to a Best Buy, it is flooded with Xbox One games. Like, why do you have so
Yeah,
many
that's
copies
true.
of Unity? It's an Assassin's Creed game. Like, why do you have so many copies of this 3-year-old Call of Duty? We never sold them. Like, well, somebody's making a mistake. But at least with Nintendo, it's like you have 2 copies of Mario Kart.
But they're still $50.
Yeah, but they're still $50, and this game is very old at this point.
Yeah.
Or not very old, but this game's old.
I mean, they still charge full price for like if you have a copy of like Mario Kart Wii somewhere, they'll still charge full for that.
Yep.
And that's bullshit.
Which sucks because that's just driving their used game sales. So here in America, like that just means people are gonna buy your console, maybe buy a game for it, but then go off and buy all those other games for much cheaper secondhand, and Nintendo doesn't see that cut.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and part of that is because they don't understand. They might not understand that. Somebody might not have told them, like, by the way, there's this terrible
Those used
thing
games, yeah.
called GameStop.
But Nintendo has confirmed that their first mobile game is going to come this year. And these aren't just ports. That's something that Nintendo stressed. You're not just going to be playing a NES Super Mario Brothers on your phone.
That's all
They're
I
going
wanna play. So I don't want to play any of these.
Yeah, I'm not super interested in Nintendo's mobile plans because they just seem to be making new
Doesn't that just
mobile
drop you?
games, and mobile games aren't something that I'm interested in. I'd be kind of interested in ports of older stuff, but at the same time, I kind of just want them to put those old games out on 3DS because I have a 3DS and that thing has buttons, and I like buttons. Yeah, we will see what happens when Nintendo.
I'd buy another Nintendo console.
I would too.
And that I say that knowing full well there's a Wii U and like right in front of me with only 4 games for it, and I haven't really played it a lot.
I mean, I've played the shit out of my Wii U games, so yeah, I'd be fine with that.
I need to get more of them, and they never go on sale, so
Yeah.
one day.
Next big piece of news from last week was at least it seems to be I'm kind of glad that we're able to return to this because all the updates happened and we'll be able to really cover it in full. But the big news was that Konami removed Hideo Kojima from
Everything.
everything, and Kojima Productions isn't really a thing anymore. There seemed to be some kind of power struggle between Kojima and Konami.
Is it a struggle if one side clearly loses and the other side clearly wins?
Well, it was a struggle, and then the battle ended, and then Konami said, "Hey, you're just gonna be on contract until December, and then you're out of here."
Yeah, it's not just Kojima either. It's a bunch of higher ups at Kojima Productions in Japan that just something happened, and they are no longer employees. They're on contract. There were rumors about there was a GameSpot story that had a source that said that there was communications was kind of limited or cut at Kojima.
No, that was straight up confirmed.
Was it?
There was an interview with a Konami representative who straight up said, "We limited their phones and emails to try to make sure that things didn't get bad over there."
It makes sense because I understand limiting like company property because you don't want like Kojima's working on the new Silent Hills game. You don't want people suddenly leaving the building with demos or something.
I guess so.
So I can see that a little bit, but it's just weird when you hear stories like the old Activision story or this one of like, yeah, and we cut off all their emails and phones.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
strange. But yeah, so I guess Kojima's out, and anything with Kojima Productions on it is just renamed to Konami Productions or Konami something something.
Yeah, if you go onto the website for Phantom Pain or Ground Zeroes or the Metal Gear Collection, it doesn't say a Hideo Kojima game anymore.
Yeah. So.
What do you think they're gonna do with Silent Hills?
Well, from what I have read, Silent Hills was mostly a collaboration between Del Toro and Konami, and Kojima was just coming on for assistance.
Okay.
So,
and because if you put his name on stuff,
that lends some star power to the game, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm not super worried about what Silent Hill. I mean,
on the other hand, it was using the Fox engine, wasn't it? Yeah, because PT
maybe, but maybe Konami has the rights to the Fox engine, which would really fucking suck.
It wouldn't surprise me. They have the rights to Metal Gear, so why wouldn't they have the rights to?
Yeah, that's true. They probably have the Fox engine.
If they own Kojima Productions, then at least own the IP. Like that's technically their stuff. So
if they own the Fox engine, that's interesting. I mean, really, it's who owns the patent.
I would think that Konami owns the Fox engine because they also use it on PES.
It would make sense if they owned the engine.
So,
I've never heard of a company leaving with an engine like that.
Yeah, that's true. Especially an engine like the Fox engine.
And I mean, hell, Konami has gone on record and is already trying to hire people for a new Metal Gear game after 5 comes out.
That was pretty funny to see, like, hey, do you want to make the new Metal Gear? We're hiring.
Which I wouldn't be super surprised if it was like a reboot or something. Should be kind of upsetting in a way, but also, I don't know, because...
I wonder because, what's his name is doing the new voice of Big Boss in Metal Gear 5, right? Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's on a contract to do more than one game.
Maybe.
Because if he is, because that's how it works in like movies and stuff, is oftentimes if you're in a big franchise, you were, franchised to do, hey, you're going to do Avengers, but you're also going to do Captain America 1, 2, and 3. Or you're going to do this big, crazy summer movie, but you're also going to do this like romance movie that you don't want to do because it'll make money. I wonder if he happens to also be on contract to do another one, and if they just need to keep making those games. Or if they just realize, we need to keep putting these out because they make money. And who cares if Kojima's on the name or not?
Yeah.
It's just upsetting to me because, I mean, people have a lot of issues with Hideo Kojima, some very valid issues with Hideo Kojima. But at the same time, like, Metal Gear will never be the same. There will never be anything like Metal Gear. And I don't know, like he'll probably still be around, and I do hope he makes some other games. Like, I made a tweet. that
You made a tweet.
I made a tweet that I still stand by. I want Kojima to do two things. First thing, I want him to take a basic feminist studies course, and then second thing, I want him to open up his own Platinum Games style developer, because I think he'd be perfect for that. I think people saying, "Oh, he should go join up with Platinum," nah. I think he should start his own thing and make his own games and just finally be free,
Yeah.
be in charge of his own destiny, basically.
He should go start something called the Kojima Productions and
Yeah,
just
if
make
he has
games he
some-
wants to make.
Exactly. Because I highly doubt. I mean, not even highly doubt. For years, he's been wanting to not do Metal Gear anymore. So
There's a list, I think it was on Kotaku, or just a list of every time Kojima has said he will no longer make Metal Gear. And since Metal Gear 2, he has said with every single one that came out or is about to come out, he has said, I'm done.
yeah,
So I hope this is a part where he can look in the mirror and say, I'm free, and not a part where he goes, oh, I really wanted to make more Metal Gear.
I mean, like, if they're already hiring for another game, what probably happened was they probably approached him to make another one, and he just said, "You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm done." Like, I could just see that happening. Cause
That seems like such a
he's-
crazy reaction to then like, oh, you're done, are you? You're really done. All this stuff
get-
is no longer has your name on it.
I guess so. I mean, I guess I wouldn't put it past Konami. I mean, they've been really treating their IPs poorly.
Yeah, they really have.
ages.
They've not. Konami hasn't taken an IP that wasn't Metal Gear seriously for at least, like, what, 7 years?
What? Castlevania?
Kind of?
Kidding me? Those games
I mean,
are incredible.
Yeah, Castlevania. I mean,
That's sarcasm.
even though those games aren't bad, at least they were putting games out in those franchises. They bought the rights to fucking Bomberman and then did diddly shit.
Yeah,
with
and
it.
I mean, there is room for a Bomberman game right now.
Absolutely,
Especially with the way
yes.
the indie market looks. Like, contract out some indie developer
yeah.
to do it.
Yeah, it'd be perfect.
Just let them do whatever the fuck they
want them-
want.
Get fucking Yacht Club to make a new Bomberman and not just like not like a standard Bomberman. I mean like a Bomberman platformer,
Yeah.
a Bomberman hero kind of thing. I would love that. Get Yacht Club to do that. Seriously. Nah, like, yeah, Metal Gear has its issues, but I'm still like a really, really big fan of that series, and you know, I'm gonna be upset, you know, not having Kojima on that anymore. Like, even if, you know, like if Kojima put out the last one and said this is it, like I can live with that because that's his choice. But you know,
Well, he
I
did.
don't. I'm not. Yeah.
5 was going to be his last. I mean, it's not his
Yeah.
last because how many of them have he said that with? But
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is like it's impossible to really gauge when it would be the forever last one. But if it turned out to be the last one because Kojima wanted it to be, I would be okay with that. But
what if
you know,
they made
with it,
Metal Gear Solid 6 and there was no difference? It was just the same craziness. If it was just Metal Gear
that'd be
Solid 5
pretty-
but slightly better.
I would be incredibly surprised, and I mean, I guess I'd be happy if, you know, if there wasn't as many things to complain about in 6. Like if they cleaned it up a little bit and had some actually good female characters, then yes, I'd be fine with that.
I don't think you're going to get that out of a Japanese video.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
I think you might be
Like when you
hopeful
said
in
he
it,
should take a
Mudbag.
feminist, when you said he should take an intro to feminism class, like, yeah, him and every other developer.
Japanese game dev. Yeah, that's fair.
And some American game devs.
That's true. Yeah.
Some French game devs. And some Canadian game devs. And some internet commenters.
And some. Oh,
Most
don't forget the Russian game devs.
How can you?
Yeah.
They don't put anything out. What else happened?
All right, so to move on from all this hoo-ha, here's some more
Hoo-ha.
some more recent shit. Star Wars Battlefront is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be playable or if the first actual gameplay trailer is going to make its appearance
Those are
at the Star Wars Celebration,
California.
sometime between. I'm getting a fucking phone call from Mike Cosimano right now. I'm not gonna.
You should answer that on speakerphone. What are you
I
doing?
think that's a
Alright, give me a
glorious
second.
idea. Tell
Yeah.
Mike that tell good old Mikey that he's on
Shit.
that he's on the show.
Mike Cosimano. Waluigi John.
Sorry.
What the fuck are you on, Mike?
He called me to say Waluigi John, and then
What the hell does our owner do with his life?
nothing good. Anyway, Star Wars Battlefront will be making its first appearance
Yeah.
in Anaheim, Cali,
Yeah.
April 16th to the 19th, somewhere in there.
I kind of wish that was here in Orlando, or over in Orlando, and not here in
Yeah,
Orlando, or whatever.
I would love to go see Battlefront.
Mhm.
I'm super excited for that game.
If it's a gameplay trailer, that would really suck. Oh, I waited in line and I saw a gameplay trailer for a game that won't be out for months, maybe years from now.
They're projecting it to come out holiday this year, so maybe it'll be playable.
When was the last time a game that came out when it was supposed to?
No.
Nope, not Bloodborne. I don't think Unity.
Oh yeah,
came
I
out when it was
remember
supposed
they mentioned it on the Bombcast. Little Big Planet 3.
Really? No, that was the last
Yes.
like Sony first person
Was
first
it?
party game.
Well, then I don't know about Microsoft either. So I don't know. I mean, Nintendo's good at putting the games out when they say.
That's true.
I don't think they've delayed anything
There
recently.
you go, Nintendo.
Yeah, like Mario Party 10 came out when they said.
Great.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks.
That's like
Nintendo.
promising to bomb a country. Like, yep, we did it. Mario Party 10. Here you go.
Not that
Mario
bad.
Party 10, akin to bombing a country.
It's not that
You've heard it
bad.
here first.
That
I bet
bad.
it's that bad.
No.
What else happened?
Bunch of characters got confirmed for Mortal Kombat X. Predator's gonna be in it.
Great.
Jason Voorhees is gonna be in
Sure.
it. Tremor is gonna be in it.
Who?
Tremor?
Trevor?
Tremor. He's from Mortal Kombat Special Forces? Forces?
What?
And Tanya from Mortal Kombat 4 is gonna be in it.
Okay.
Also, they're making a skin for Jax where he's Carl Weathers.
Okay. Now I'm interested.
Yeah.
That's really
Like,
dumb and maybe racist.
Predator era Carl
Oh,
Weathers.
that's great.
I mean, it's a little upsetting that we don't have Arnold playable. I mean, maybe they'll put the Terminator in, and then if there's like a
Ooh, that'd be really good.
yeah, that would be good. But then they could have Arnold and Carl Weathers, and you son of a bitch, and then just have the bulging biceps.
Or just
taunt
or just have
something.
like or even just have like a not Arnold in there. Just this
like Johnny Cage. Maybe.
yeah, like he's
close
he
enough.
just like reskin him slightly and he's Arnold maybe.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something that nobody asked for. They're remastering God of War 3 for PS4.
I don't understand why they're doing that.
Because
I
they
don't-
have to make money, and when you're not putting out games,
So what? It's just they're just doing it because it's cheap to do and it puts something on market.
yep,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
you
pretty much it.
understand video games now.
I mean, I guess.
Hold on, I'm gonna print out a degree that says video games businessman,
Woman.
businessman, and
Bisman.
Oh yeah, with an apostrophe.
businessman will be misspelled. So
Okay.
yeah.
Businessman.
Bisman.
Because gamesman is not we do not turn away anyone of any gender.
I assume
from the title
gamesman was
gamesman.
was an M-I-N, gamesman.
It's M apostrophe M.
Oh, gamesman,
Gamesman.
gamesman,
Gamesman.
gamesman.
Yes. All right. And then this tiny bit of news here. Dragon Age Inquisition just dropped some DLC out of fucking nowhere.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dragon Age
Inquisition?
Inquisition's first DLC content just came out.
They announced it and then they released it. At the
They
same
announced
time.
it, and the next day it came out.
What the fuck?
So, yeah.
They're like,
was-
oh, hey, we're done with this. We should probably release it.
It sounds like someone forgot to do something.
I'd rather people do
guess.
that than like, oh, it'll be here next month. Like, great, I have to wait a month.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's out now, so go right ahead. Buy it. It's 15 smackers. Pick it up if you want.
Tell us how it is, and then maybe we'll buy it. That's how it works.
Now the final big piece of news that came recently. This is a big one. A report has announced that YouTube is going to try to make a big ass streaming system to rival Twitch.
No way.
Twitch rivals.
Yeah.
Twitch rivals.
Oh my god, what?
Now, Michael, you wrote the news post.
I did
about
write the news post about that. Thanks for reminding me, John.
Feel free to write about that.
I did write
Or
about
read
it.
about that.
I did read about it. I wrote it and then read it.
Feel free to talk about that. Then
Oh, okay. Thanks for inviting me.
Joe, how about that?
Okay.
Talk about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of sources apparently from inside the industry are saying that YouTube is going to do its own Twitch, essentially. They've been streaming since like 2010, but they're finally in earnest going to start their own video game and esports focused stream is how some of the sources put it. Which I don't know how your experience was today, Lauren, but I've streamed once. I streamed silently playing Super Mario World.
Oh, really?
It was muted because the in-game music triggered their little robots. Though in-game music is totally allowed. And when I appealed, they responded saying, "Hey, sometimes appeals don't go through. We'll get back to you." And they never got back to me. So I exported the silent video to my YouTube just to have it, and then they, of course, deleted it 6 days later. Twitch deleted it because that's how they do it.
Yeah.
So Twitch could use some competition.
That's true. I feel like they've been resting on their heels lately.
Yeah, they're pretty terrible at some things, like
customer service.
Listening to some of customer service. A friend of mine who is at Player One WON.TV. He does a lot of streaming, and he does really good stuff. And he's a good guy, but like they don't treat him or people who have smaller streams with any level of respect at all.
Oh.
They encourage you to be bigger streamers. They tell you to advertise and all this other stuff. But they don't, if you don't have if you're not a partner, essentially.
Yeah.
If you don't have a certain number of people watching, they don't care about you. And that sounds like an overstatement or hyperbole. And maybe it is in some fashion, but they really don't. And I watched some of their Twitch run, their own Twitch panels at PAX East, and they just were only talking about partnerships. They were only talking about how to be a better partner or a better streamer and all this other stuff. And a lot of it sounded like marketing.
It sounded
terms.
like they weren't interested in building a community, but just a business.
No, they were interested in you making them money.
Oh, that's a shame.
And catering to the people who already make the money. It was not. It was a lot of you have to engage your audience and really read the chat, and you have to have moderators you can trust. And it's what? No, so Twitch doesn't moderate any of the chats because they're terrible, and why spend money doing that? So it's now onto these streamers to do it, and here's the streamer telling me to pay my moderators money. It just Twitch handles things very poorly, I think.
Yeah.
And for I'd say about 3 months, I couldn't stream my friend's Twitch channel because he was under a certain amount of viewers. And if you're under a certain amount of viewers, then they put your video server in a different spot, in a different part of the country. So the video server was so poor I couldn't stream from his streams. So they were always lagging. And that happened for 3 months. And that was an official stance from Twitch, is this is how we're going to do it from now on. So competition, whether it be YouTube or not, is terrific.
The only other competition that they have right now is with Hitbox, and
they have Ustream.
Not a lot of people use Ustream for games, but yeah, I know a lot of people use Hitbox because Hitbox doesn't have that lag, and it's got, from what I can tell, a little bit better customer service, but it's not the juggernaut that is Twitch.
Yeah, everything's on Twitch, it seems.
You know, like if you wanna get big, you need to be on Twitch.
Yeah, which is
Because you get the partnership
Yeah.
and you get
Yeah.
money.
which YouTube already has it in there for its normal videos. So
Mhm.
hopefully that somehow carries over and they don't treat it terribly.
Yeah, like YouTube isn't 100% off the hook for anything, but
No,
you know,
I would rather it be any other company doing like trying to make up for Twitch's faults, but
yeah, between Amazon and Google, it truly is the lesser of two evils.
yeah,
But
I'll take either. It's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
As long as there's competition. Competition is good.
Mhm.
Like I saw people going like, "Oh, why do you want YouTube in this space on Twitter?" And it's like, I want anyone in this space. I don't like a monopoly where I just get disgusted with the things they do.
Mhm.
That's sort of depressing after a certain point. So it's nice to see.
All right, well, that is about it. From what I can tell from the news.
How are we on questions?
I don't have a lot of questions. We had a new segment lined up, but I think we're gonna wait for next week for Niall to be around.
Alright.
I think that's his.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a good
that's
idea.
true.
That's his.
It's better with more people, I think.
Yeah.
All right,
so,
we only have a
Lauren,
few
let's
questions
wrap
this
this
week.
up with some
Some of our holdovers for
questions.
previous weeks. Let me pull them up. Hell yeah.
And, if you want to send in some questions, send them in anytime. The videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. There's also a button on our normal website, videogamechoochoo.com. But you know, let you
Why
you
go
know the
there,
easy way.
right?
Type in
Just
Chooch.
type it in. Just type in videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. It's just a couple more letters. Chooch.biz, and then you can click on the button, and it'll bring you into the ask box. I think that's the least amount of typing that you have to do.
All right.
Pretty
So
easy.
yeah, 3 questions. Tumblr user Bloody Pinata asks if we could get an exclusive interview with any game developer, who would it be and why?
One at a time, Michael. I don't remember your answer from last
I don't
week.
either. That's what I was trying to come up with.
I remember mine.
I remember I said Kojima at first because I wanted to ask him what the hell is going on, but then we figured it out. I probably
No, you know who's gonna have a really good interview with Kojima in like a year or so? Fucking Jeff Keighley. Kojima is gonna spill his guts
Yeah.
to Keighley. I could tell.
I did see Keeley tweet something.
How do you know Keeley?
Because Kojima and Keighley are like best friends.
Oh, okay.
Apparently,
that's right.
when Keeley was trying to bring up the video game awards this past year, the only guy who had his back really in the biz was Kojima, which was
Oh.
kind of sweet to see on Twitter. Like, oh, that's nice. I'd say Miyamoto,
Miyamoto?
Yeah.
Why?
cause he like was my childhood. So I'd like to, have a sit down with him. I don't know if it would be an interview. I would just be like, so where do you think of your games? Why are your games so good? I would just ask dumb questions like that. Why are you so good?
He's just gonna end up being like, in my garden.
I can see him talking about his.
I mean,
That's where he got
fucking
Pikmin.
Pikmin came from. Yeah.
He got Mario off of like
Oh my
on the
gosh.
train. He was imagining a guy jumping up on the hills. Yeah. I know the answers. I would still just ask them.
Yeah.
Like, well, how did you think of everything?
Tell me again, Miyamoto, please.
And then I'd put my hand on his knee, and then that would be the end of the interview.
Oh.
Shiggy, how you doing, bud?
Well, that'd be the end of the published part of the interview. You mean?
If I could publish
Oh.
that part. Exclusive pornography with Miyamoto.
Well, we just
Get that sent
we
into
just-
Penthouse. Oh, dear
No.
Penthouse, you never believe what happened to me.
I read all your
Oh
other
my
video
God.
game developer stories and couldn't believe them until this happened. I was his Princess Peach. All right, what's everyone else's answer?
Okay. Moving on, John.
His
I
Luigi really
said-
does jump higher. All right, next.
Oh Jesus! Oh my God! This is episode 70, not 69.
It's left over.
You didn't get it out. My answer is definitely just Suda51. I want to pick his brain about No More Heroes. I want to, hear if he has any regrets about any of his other games. I want to
Just
I
ask
really
him if
want
he has
to.
regrets in life.
Mr. 51, are you sad? Because I'm sad.
I'm glad you asked
We can
that,
be sad
John.
together.
Just starts crying.
Aw.
If I had a moment with Suda51, I think that would definitely be something. I mean, he signed a shirt for me without me even having to ask. So
Wait, he just
Oh,
walked
wait,
up and started
seriously?
signing your shirt?
Well, no, there was.
Sir, what are you
this is
doing? Oh, it's Pseudo 51. Okay.
This is a pretty good story.
I'll be the judge of that.
No,
You think he knows who you are?
not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Oh,
I'm friends
shit.
with him and Swery on Facebook because they just accept anyone who asks.
Oh,
But,
okay.
Suda has never done anything for me, but Swery wishes me a happy birthday every year.
Aw.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Also, I think
Happy birthday.
yeah, he says happy birthday, and then I mentioned that I was gonna get Deadly Premonition, and he was really happy about that.
Happy birthday, John.
Oh.
Yeah, Swery's a fucking sweetheart. I think other than Suda, I wouldn't really care about interviewing Swery, but I would want to just chill. Or I would want to chill with
I wanna
Swery. I'd want
drink.
to interview Suda.
I want to drink with Swery.
Yeah,
I wanna
exactly.
drink heavily with Swery.
Yeah, y'all can drink. I can sit and watch with my sparkling cider, but I'll still be there. But no, to explain the Suda thing, there was an art contest on Twitter when No More Heroes 2 was coming out, where they were trying to get people to draw a bunch of fan art for No More Heroes 2 to drum up hype. And I tweeted so much about No More Heroes 2 because I was so fucking excited that the Grasshopper Manufacturer Twitter followed me and then told me that they wanted to just send me a No More Heroes 2 shirt. So I have Travis Touchdown's like Bizarre Jelly 5 shirt from No More Heroes 2, like the one with all the like
Oh,
the
nice.
one with all the like little anime girls on it,
Cool.
which is kind of scary. But
You wear that in
it's
public, right?
signed-
I eat the best shirt.
I have worn it to conventions. I've worn it to anime conventions because I've cosplayed as Travis Touchdown. But yeah,
course.
it's an official shirt and it's got Suda's signature on the back. So
Nice.
I didn't even ask for it. They just did that because I love No More Heroes so much.
No.
But yeah, that was something.
You sleep with
that was
it?
definitely something. No, it's in my closet. I have it hanging up in my closet.
No, he puts it over his Travis Touchdown
I
Dakibakura.
don't have a document around Travis.
Yet.
Are you sure?
Because that would be like humping myself.
You wouldn't hump yourself?
Wouldn't it be more like humping Serve Boob?
Travis Touchdown isn't Surf Boob.
How did we get back on this?
9:56.
Travis
p.m.,
Touchdown isn't Surf Boob.
March
How
They're
did
20th.
this-
different.
How
Or-
did we...
They're
John
different
denies
characters.
his attraction to Travis
No.
Touchdown.
I'm not horny for Travis Touchdown.
Why are we talking about this?
69. No. Lauren, who would you sit down and talk to?
Probably that ex-lead writer from Bungie.
Is that his name?
Because I think his name was like John Staton. Or
Joe
Joe
Staton.
Staton.
Yeah.
Joe Staton? Yeah, I'd sit down with Joe Staton, partly because I really want to ask him about, like, stories that he never finished, but also because I want to air the dirty laundry that's obviously there.
Uh-oh.
Hey, listen, I want traffic. But also, I'd love to ask him about, like, what some of the weirder parts, like, the marathon storylines were about, and, like, just what the original Bungie storyline was going to look like and stuff like that.
That would definitely
Or
be interesting.
the
to hear
original
about.
investing storyline. Yeah, because I think it'd be really cool to see what the canceled content was going to be.
Definitely.
Tumblr user Bloody Pinata also asks us, who is our favorite video game sidekick?
I remember coming up with a bunch of really good answers. I mean, I said, like...
John Michonski.
What the fuck?
That's a good answer.
I expect that from Cosimano, but not from you.
Hey, someone has to do his job.
I mean, nobody does. No. He's doing it over at Destructoid, and he's ruining that site.
Yeah, have you seen those videos?
Is he really? No, I haven't. How are they?
They're pretty good.
Yeah, no, he's actually
Okay.
doing a good job. Nah, it's just... like
The only one I can come up with is Luigi, and then I think last week you said the sidekick in Metal Gear, what that guy's name is.
Yeah, Otacon.
Otacon, yeah.
Otacon's a good sidekick.
Sure.
You mean Otakon?
Otaku Convention. It would be Otakon. Fuck.
Yes, I got
would
it.
be Otacon. I mean, Snake pronounces it Otacon.
No, in the game it actually is Otacon because they say it wrong.
It would be
and my girlfriend gets on me every single
would be
time I call the
Otacon.
actual convention
Yeah,
Otacon.
It would be Otacon, yeah, because it's otaku, yeah. I'm sorry, everyone. And now I'm just thinking about the Otacon character going to Otacon. What the fuck?
Yeah, what would he even do there?
Probably just like, yeah, I can't even imagine. Like,
Buy one of those shitty Yoko body pillows.
yeah, this is something we need to like discuss in depth in a future episode or something. Cause,
Yes, what would Otacon do?
Take a
with
lot of
Otacon?
pictures.
yeah, I think he would definitely be one of those dudes that takes a bunch of pictures of cosplayers.
But creepy.
Like,
Yeah, he probably would be like a cosplayer photo.
He
I-
wouldn't
yeah,
say
I-
anything. He would just go up and start taking pictures. Like, at least ask.
no,
He's not that creepy.
Nah,
He says stuff.
wouldn't, nah, he wouldn't do that. He'd ask, but I think he'd be
He's too much of a pansy to not ask.
exactly. He would ask, but I think he'd be the type who like really slyly zooms in on cleavage and stuff. Like I think that's what he would
Oh
do.
yeah, I can see him doing
Yeah, that would be what he does.
What else?
I don't.
I need to think of a sidekick.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Well,
Oh, you know what? I know
remember
who. I know
the
who
good
I'd
one is.
like.
Go ahead.
Coco from Crash Bandicoot.
all right, fair.
I think somebody last week.
I know. I just think she's cool.
Yeah.
I think somebody last week said Sarge from Halo,
Yeah,
and I think that was the best one.
yeah. That's
Actually, yeah, that's
pretty
pretty
good.
good too.
I mean, I brought up how Danganronpa has like non-sidekicks or like characters that are even more in control of the situation than the main character, like Kirigiri in Danganronpa 1. And then you don't really have a sidekick in Danganronpa 2. You just kind of have like a couple of characters that are like near you constantly, but one of them is an interference, and the other one is just kind of like a driving force to the story.
Yes.
So that's kind of not really it. And then Monokuma is just an antagonist, so he's not a sidekick. He's just a mascot.
Got it.
Chie.
Yosuke's the sidekick.
Oh, yeah, Chie.
Yosuke's the sidekick in Persona.
Whatever. It's how I
I don't
perceive.
know.
it.
I think they're all kind of like sidekicks to.
You pick and
Narukami.
choose who you want to social link, and you pick and choose who you bring with Chie.
Yeah, Chie's. Well, I mean, Chie's best girl, so obviously she is also
Chie's
best
best
sidekick.
character.
Yukiko. There's no Yukiko.
She punts,
No, no, no.
tanks,
She's
tank
no
punter.
She does punt tanks. Oh my god,
tank
you're
punter.
right. Just kicks him
What
off.
does
to the
Yukio
moon.
do? Waves her fan at it and ooh,
Yeah.
fire. Ooh,
Yeah.
I have to go run a business. Ooh.
She runs a business well. She's got her future
I have
set.
to run this business that makes a lot of money. Ooh. Chie's sitting there like training martial arts, like come to terms with who she really is.
Fighting the facade to face life's
Exactly.
hardships.
And doing it while punting tanks.
All right.
Chie is the only answer to that question. Next question.
All right. Tumblr user, this is the worst cyberpunk future asks, when will the Love Live menace finally be
I don't remember what
vanquished?
this is.
Lauren, do you want to explain Love Live, or should I do it? Because if I do it, it'll
God,
be.
are we talking about
Can
School
I-
Idol Festival?
Yes.
Can I
Devours
guess
Lives?
what Love Live is?
Yes.
All right, Love Live is an anime phone line you can call, and girls will talk to you for a fee. Love Live. 1-800-ANIME-LOVE.
Oh my god!
That would make a lot
Oh
of
my
money.
god, Michael! Love Live is not a phone sex
Not
That
yet.
would
line.
make a lot of money.
Not
Oh my
yet.
God.
Otaku Love Live.
Oh
You've seen those
my God.
like night commercials? Yeah.
Yes, I've
Are
seen
you
them.
lonely?
I've read
Do you like to talk
a
to a
personal's
real
ads when I was a
woman
kid.
who's anime? Oh, Love
A
Live.
real anime woman live now. Oh my god.
She'll
Good idea.
be embarrassed by your advances. And really pissed off if you
She'll-
get a nosebleed.
Say Daijobu to you.
Call now and get a
If-
free
yeah.
anime pillow. All right, what's the real question? What's Love
Yeah,
Live?
Okay.
if there was a service where girls called dudes senpai, oh my god, so much money.
What, would you waste a lot of
I
money
wouldn't
on
know.
a phone sex line where John
No,
gets called
John, you can
senpai?
call
don't
me
need that.
anytime and I will put on a girl voice and call you senpai. But you have to promise you only call me when your pants are on.
It's okay, John. Everything's going to be Daijobu.
Nothing's Daijobu.
What's Love Live?
Okay, so Love Live is a rhythm game.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
about a bunch of schoolgirls forming an idol group to save their school.
And you call the phone
It's
number.
actually kind of touching.
And you
The
have to
thing
keep
is
the
that
rhythm.
it devours lives.
Yeah, because you have.
And-
I explained this last week, and the easiest way to describe it is if WWE Supercard was a rhythm game instead of just watching the cards fight in a
Yeah.
ring.
I mean, it's also an anime.
Yeah, they
I like it because it puts out a lot of Yuri.
It produces pornography.
I'm sorry, I am who I am. Not all Yuri is pornography. There's safer work stuff. There's a lot of safer work stuff.
Would you look at it at work? If you had an office job, would you look at that stuff at work?
make a good desktop wall.
The fact that you have to think about it means it's not safe for work.
Well, no, it's more that like I wouldn't do other stuff at work that isn't sexual either.
Like what? Like eat an apple?
No, that's extremely
Oh.
sexual. I
Just
was
the way
actually
I
thinking of
eat
just
an
like
apple
play video
is-
games.
Mhm.
But no, like there's some like I basically put it on the same level as reading like trashy romance novels.
Oh, that good, huh?
What I do.
Mhm.
I mean, some of it's there's stupid romance comics for women.
Are
What's
they,
the
wait, is Love Live a
Well, some of
comic
them are
or a
for
video game? It's a video game.
Okay. Love Live is a multimedia franchise. So there's an
Tell me about
anime.
how you're engaging your
there-
users. What's your new user cost?
my God.
Acquisition costs.
Fucking. The guy just wants to know when the menace will finally
Never.
be vanquished.
Never.
I don't think it will ever be vanquished because there will always
Horny
be
white men.
another or white women.
What? They don't exist.
L-
I totally
Lauren
exist and
Lauren
stuff.
just vanishes.
I'm not going
It's
to
like a
vanish.
Back to the Future with the photo. Just looks at. Where'd Lauren go? Who's Lauren? You never had a sister. All right, Lauren, this is what you have to do. Go 88 miles per hour. You'll see some serious shit. Get the sports almanac and start.
I have to make sure my parents fuck each other.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say bet on sports games, but sure, whatever you're into, whatever you want to do with the time machine,
I have to ensure my own birth. You know, that's how this shit
whatever
works,
you want to
right?
do with your time machine, it's up to you. No judgment.
Well, really, I was just gonna go back like
Back
a
in
week
time?
and play stocks.
Back to the Future.
Dun, 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 dun.
What? Is that the Ghostbusters thing?
No, that's back
I
in
don't
that's
know. I was
back in
just
time by
singing-
Huey Lewis in the News.
You mean the power of love?
I could
Anyways, we are done with all these questions.
I could do the Power of Love. I just decided to do Back in Time because you said Back in Time.
I have a
so
question
was-
for you, Lauren. Lauren.
Oh no,
I have a question.
Lauren.
If there was a Dora the Explorer cereal, what would it taste like?
Probably cornflakes.
All right.
Actually, no, it would taste like Lucky Charms because they'd make all of the
characters.
the Dora the Explorer shapes with the marshmallows.
You're close. The real answer is tacos, and that's the podcast.
Because you're culturally
What?
insensitive.
What?
It's tacos.
You're culturally.
I'm
he's
not.
culturally
No, it would
insensitive.
taste like
Yes, it
tacos.
is.
You're telling
It's
me.
racist
This is
as
culturally
shit.
insensitive,
You're
Michael.
telling
Come
me.
on,
Racist
don't
as
do
shit.
You're
that.
telling me you wouldn't eat a taco flavored cereal.
One, be
That's
gross.
not what we're saying.
One, be gross. Two, racist.
Why? You're not Mexican.
That doesn't mean that it's right.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm kind of with John.
You
on
would
this
both
one.
eat a taco cereal. You know it.
It doesn't have to be Dora the Explorer branded though.
No, it could be.
Okay, I'd be willing to like give it a shot.
Yeah, it could be Luchador branded.
Could it be unbranded?
Unbranded. Yeah.
See, here's what I would do. Okay,
Okay.
I would eat Nacho Libre nacho cereal.
Why isn't
Because-
that racist?
Actually, that'd be kind of legit.
Because he has nacho in the name,
Yeah, it's almost.
racist.
and also it's Jack Black and he's
Why
white.
can't it be
so-
called Nacho Benjamin? And it's just nachos. It's nachos in his name.
That's fine. Exactly.
I'm googling Nacho Benjamin now.
That should be the
Well,
image
well,
of the
well, yeah. Now we have a name for the episode.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, why?
Is it? I hope it's I hope it's $100 bill in nachos.
Nacho Cheese 2018 40 paint Benjamin Moore and Company.
What? Are you looking to the future?
I just googled it. That's the first result.
18.
Discover Nacho Cheese, one of over 3,400 paint colors by Benjamin Moore.
Thanks, Nacho Benjamin.
Thank you, Nacho Benjamin.
Thank you, Nacho. It's not Joe Benjamin. Get it? Not yours. Not Joe.
Not mine. Yeah, I got
Gags.
So anyway,
This is a video
let's
game
wrap this up.
podcast.
Let's wrap this up. Video game podcast.
Yep.
Video game podcast.
As mentioned before, if you want to send in questions, videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. If you want to send us any tips, it's tips@videogamechoochoo.com.
Stop doing the podcast. That's not a valid tip.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that because that's all I hear in my own head. We've been working on some articles. Michael, your Cities in Motion, or not Cities in Motion, City Skylines and SimCity 5 article.
Yes.
That should be up by the time this episode's out. Same thing with my Tales from the Borderlands write-up. Lauren, how's that noir review coming?
I need to finish it up and put it on the site.
Yeah, you should do that. Because you're gonna want to review Bloodborne too.
Yeah, that's true.
So, clear up your plate.
Alrighty.
Food.
Yeah. I don't know what else is going on. I'm probably gonna go lay down after this because I'm tired.
This wore you out?
This wore me
Yep.
out.
Alright. Night, John.
Dealing with you bozos. No, I'm just
Good
kidding.
night, John.
It's not good night.
Happy birthday.
Let me close up the fucking show.
Happy birthday, John.
Is there anything else y'all want to talk about before we head off, or
I wanted to wish you a good night and have a happy birthday.
it's not my birthday?
Happy birthday.
It is a couple months from my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right, just whatever.
Happy
To
birthday.
you.
Let's end this fucking show. All right.
Night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for listening.
Good night. Sweet dreams.
Bye-bye.